Hey everybody, welcome to our Practice Minute, just following up on the sermon on fatherhood this past Sunday. You know, I want to just jump in where Terry left off, and that was that he'd hoped that we as a congregation could intentionally read and pray through the Our Father, or the Lord's Prayer, whatever you'd like to call it. Just before Jesus gives his disciples the Lord's Prayer, he says, "When you pray, don't babble on and on like the Gentiles do. They think their prayers are answered merely by repeating words again and again. Don't be like them, for your Father knows exactly what you need even before you ask him." And then he goes on and says, "Pray like this." So this week, what we want you to try is just pray through the Lord's Prayer. Weigh the words as you go through it. I'll give you an example that might help. When you start out sometimes and read a line, it might help to read the line 3 or 4 times and put the emphasis on a different word each time. For example, Our Father in heaven. Our is the first one. Our Father in heaven. Our Father in heaven. And Our Father in heaven. It helps to slow down and just think about the meaning of each word. And since it's not a long prayer, you might try that this week. Read it through. If that doesn't work for you, just give some thought to the words and pray them through. And if you have to pause as you're reading it and specifically pray for something that it brings to your mind, do that. And not just go through it, ramble through it really quickly just for the sake of getting through it. Okay, so that's the suggestion. And just to wrap up on the last few weeks, Terry's been encouraging several things. Chapters 5 to 7, if you can read the Sermon on the Mount, he's been sort of inching his way forward each week. This was in chapter 6, the Lord's Prayer. So you can read all of chapter 5 and up to the end, I think it's 13, up to the end of 13 for the Lord's Prayer. Yeah. That's one little assignment you can do each day. Pray through the Lord's Prayer. I just give you an example of how you can do that. And then finally, if you haven't started the devotional, My Utmost for His Highest, you could start that any time. But Oswald Chamber and that particular devotion is just a really good devotion for getting at sort of addressing some of the themes that come up in the Sermon on the Mount, okay? That's our Practice Minute. Bye-bye for now.